Hey, everybody. This is Melissa Minas from the San Diego County Office of Education, Expanded Learning Programs. And I want to share some really motivational moments that are from the field. And today we have Christian and Ricardo from one of our expanded learning programs here in San Diego. And I'm going to start off with you, Christian. I want to hear about this motivational moment and let you set the context for this story.
Thanks, Melissa. Hi, everybody. I'm Christian Hampton. I am the site supervisor at Rancho de la Nacion, working for the YMCA REACH program. I've been in after-school program for about 5 years now, and education as a whole for about 11. And I'm so excited to bring to you today one of my youth leaders, Ricardo Arenas. Ricky is an amazing youth leader who always pumps as much energy as he can into any interaction with students. And I'm so excited for y'all to hear about his motivational moment, which it definitely motivated me, and I hope it can do the same for everyone else out there.
Thank you, Christian. I'm Ricky Arenas, and I've been in the after-school program with the Y for a year and a half now. Although it's not a long time, I feel like you really get a grasp on things in that amount of time. And the way this story happened was it was during virtual program. So when we started virtual program, I'm pretty sure everyone understands that the students, it's less interaction. They're not as happy. They're not as, oh my God, let's do the MVPA inside my living room and not play with a ball because my parents said I can't like throw anything. So after 3 weeks in with my team, red team, which is the 4th to 5th graders, I had, I'm not gonna lie, a pretty good team. They would come in super energetic. They would love to play and whatnot. So one time, one of the parents of the students jumped on the camera real quick. She got the laptop and she said, "Is it fine if I talk with you and your supervisor after the meeting for a little bit?" And I think everyone's understanding of like when a parent says that is initially you think, what happened? Was it something I did? Was it something out of my control that the student did? But the day rolled to an end, and then she jumped on the camera and she just like sporadically was saying, "Thank you so much. Like what you guys do is honestly like unbelievable," because apparently the student was having issues at school where they didn't want to log in. They would sit there with their camera off, but not really like be in class. And then she said the student was like ecstatic to join Reach. Like the parent would use it as like an incentive, like you better do good in school and better like stay on top of stuff so then you could go to Reach. And then it just made me feel good because I know that's like such a formative time for students. Like you start either disliking school or you start loving it, which is going to shape like your whole future. So just to know that like our program as a whole is making her fall in love with like education and whatnot, honestly, it made me happy, and I hope it made the family happy and others.
I have a question about that. Ricardo, do you typically get that type of request from parents wanting to speak to you about a concern in this virtual setting?
In the virtual setting, typically no, but in person, it was a constant of communication with parents. But that's why I was so surprised, because I was like virtually, like it was shocking because I know there's less of a connection that builds.
There's this odd, even though a lot of times you'll see parents and siblings walking in the background, there's this weird disconnect where when in normal program, when they came to pick up, we might have that option for a conversation, but with 2 screens between you, it's a lot harder to build those family bonds.
That's amazing. And why do you feel it was easy for you to, what do you believe made it so easy for the parents to receive the program so positively? Even though it was virtually, you're saying it's difficult to connect virtually. Why do you think it was so successful for them?
It's the energy. 100%. It's the energy that's put into it. I mean, there's that idea of like the somatic resonance. Anything you put into the program will be put out back to you. And when Ricky spends all day collecting that energy and then donates every ounce of it to his students every day, the parents see that and they sense that, and they feel the happiness coming from their students. And that's why they're willing to reach out and willing to jump on camera.
That's wonderful. And I'm wondering, with this type of response, how do you adjust going forward? How do you allow this experience to multiply going forward? Do you have any ideas or suggestions?
I would say to so for me, that like jolted me. It kind of recharged my like whole energy about like virtual program because now I log in knowing, oh, I could have a greater effect. So I think it's about going in with a certain energy, as Christian says, to not just for the students, but for your coworkers too, because they have a whole different class of students. And then it'll like it's like a wave in the ocean. Like if you drop something, it'll like spread slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'd say something similar. And I was having a conversation earlier about how hard it is sometimes to keep moving forward when there's not like an endpoint or a goal that we're working towards. It's amorphous, but using those small moments to push you forward and to motivate you, and understanding, hey, the things I'm doing are mattering, and using that as fuel to keep on keeping on.
That is certainly an inspirational story, and I appreciate both of you for the work you do as educators for our expanded learning program students. Thank you for your stories, Christian and Ricardo. We appreciate both of you very much.